Standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Here's Rory.
Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. Today is Monday, February 13th, and it is a white day. Chef Hale's E-Block Study Hall. Please report to the dining hall for study hall today. Winter Carnival Spirit Court. Please meet Mr. Legge on the front steps of Fuller after chapel for your photo. Sign-ups for the March 16th blood drive will begin tomorrow during C-Block in the dining hall. Sign up to give the gift of life. Attention international students, any student wanting to take the March 18th TOEFL must register by Thursday, February 23rd. A link to register for the March TOEFL has been sent to your STJ Labs email. See Mrs. McCaffrey in the guidance office with any questions. Attention, all those interested in auditioning for the spring musical, Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. The audition info is in the Academy Theater Canvas page and will also be available in front of the black box. If you would like to be added to the Academy Theater Canvas page, please email Mr. Walker. On Wednesday after school, there will be an audition workshop in the black box where Mr. Walker will answer your questions about the production and will teach the dance audition combination and part of the song from the show. One of the many holidays celebrated in February is Valentine's Day, a holiday known to honor and celebrate love. But did you know that February is also Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month? 1 in 3 teens in the U.S. will experience sexual, emotional, physical, or verbal abuse from their partner. Come to the library media space after school on Tuesday, February 14th from 3:30 to 4:30 to learn more about ways you can promote healthy relationships, boundary setting, and self-care. Light refreshments will be provided. See you there. How well do you really know your English and social studies teachers? Well, enough to guess some of their favorite books. Use your detective skills to uncover their favorite historical fiction novel, or for some teachers, one of their many favorites. Check out the display cases on the second floor of Ranger Breezeway for more information and to see which teachers are playing. Students with the most correct guesses will be entered into a drawing on March 10th for a gift certificate to one of our local businesses. You can't win if you don't play. Today for sports, we have varsity and JV boys basketball at South Burlington at 5 and 6:30. Please dismiss the teams at 2:15. We have boys hockey versus Middlebury at 5 o'clock. Please dismiss the team at 3:15. And Kingdom Blades at Missisquoi at 7:45. That's all, and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Rory. I have some late announcements. On Saturday, our Brain Bee team traveled to the University of Vermont Larner School of Medicine and earned 3rd place overall in the 14th Annual Vermont Brain Bee Competition. The 4-hour competition tests knowledge of the anatomy and physiology of the central and peripheral nervous system, with written and laboratory sections in addition to 2 oral rounds. Competing for the Hilltoppers were senior Lily Weber and juniors Ayan Hasanova and Ava Missoni. Lily led the team, earning a spot in the final round, consisting of the top 8 competitors in a field of 30 entrants. Good job, Brain Bee. Well done. Girls varsity basketball beat Brattleboro 62-42 on Saturday. Good job, girls. In their last meet of the regular season, the SJA gymnastics team hit their best team score, 136.5, beating out Milton and taking second to Burr and Burton. This was a high-energy, high-flying competition, scoring an 8.65 on vault for second, a first place 9.4 on bars, and a 4th place 8.95 on beam, and a 9.7 for second place on floor, put Lydia Ruggles once again in the top podium spot for the all-around with a total score of 36.7. Ruggles has consistently had the highest all-around score in every meet this season, making her undefeated. Lily, wow. Lydia, sorry. Jimena Mayorga Santana took 4th all around and with a total of 34.4. Jimena placed 3rd on vault with an 8.6, 4th on bars with an 8.7, and 6th on floor with a 9.1. Zoe Glantz-Brush placed 5th on beam with an 8.8 and 5th on floor with a 9.2, and Faith Lawton earned 5th place on vault with an 8.4. The team score was also supported by Aniela Thompson, Emily Counter, and Katie Noonan. Congratulations, gymnastics. Great season. And finally, on Saturday, the Academy Wrestling team competed at the Division I team duels in Springfield. The Academy placed 5th as a team. Both Connor Decker and Hannah Keithan went 3-1 on the day, and Ozzy Al-Said and Sanat Amantayev were undefeated, going 4-0 on the day. The Academy's 5th place finish at this tournament proves that Academy Wrestling is trending upward as we head into the state tournament in 2 weeks. Good luck, wrestling. So much winning. And speaking of which, I'm happy to announce the 4 classes of St. Johnsbury Academy placed in the following order in the competition for class winner of the 2023 Winter Carnival. In 4th place, with a total of 1,525 points, the class of 2024, the juniors. In 3rd place, with a total of 1,596 points, the class of 2025, the sophomores. In 2nd place, with a total of 2,166 points, the class of 2026, the freshmen. And in 1st place, and winner of the 2023 Winter Carnival with a total of 2,174 points, the class of 2023, the seniors. Right, that is just as it should be, don't we think? That is as it should be. So even though I was out last Thursday and Friday, on Friday I tuned into the festivities on the live stream, and I want to thank everyone who contributed to making this such a fun event and bringing this bona fide goofiness to the stage, and the class deans, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Baker, Mr. Lovett, and Ms. Drew, Ms. Angel with her Chris Dusso impression, which was beautiful, the student leaders and all the staff who put in extra time and joined in. I was truly sad to miss it, but with all of it said, I'm here this morning to congratulate the seniors. So good job, you guys. So I opened the paper this morning, which I do, and one of the lead stories was about the fact that over the past few days, United States planes have shot down unidentified flying objects, that is, UFOs, detected over Canada, Alaska, and Michigan. Maybe it's different for younger people, but for most of us, actual UFOs, objects that fly and that we cannot understand, have symbolized the potential arrival of beings bringing news from an alien civilization, news from another planet. So the world we live in is complex, with tragedies and joys playing out all over the world, and we get told about all of it every day, day after day, relentlessly. And we get pelted with lots of news, often more than we can reasonably absorb. We want to hold all of it as a way of feeling engaged and responsible. And while I am of the opinion that this is a very good thing, and we should try to be aware of what is going on in the world and beyond our campus, I have to say, I'm just not sure I can handle this particular news. So I'm just going to leave the whole UFO thing for another day. Put a pin in it, as they say, until they do some more work on it. And I suggest we all do the same. Try to forget. Thank you. And now, one of our teachers who often helps us to make sense of all we hear, especially as director of the Caldwell Center for International Understanding, Mr. Glenn Erain.
So I was waiting for the transition from UFOs and alien civilizations to me. Didn't happen. Thank you for that, Dr. Howell. Not that it would be completely off the mark. Anyhow, congratulations, seniors, to your big win at Winter Carnival. I'm here visiting from the freshman class, and that's a slightly bitter pill for me to take, but you guys earn it, and it's a good way to end your high school careers here. I have two announcements to make. The first is that the Colwell Center is welcoming a guest today. This evening, we will be visited by an alum. Her name is Jessica Seddon, and she is a professor at Yale, and she is an internationally recognized expert on global warming. And I can see a few of you yawning. I know, you've all heard it, and you've all heard the science and whatnot. Thank you, Mr. Bentley. But, little shout out, you know. But she is not going to be talking about the science of global warming. Instead, she's going to be turning looking at this through a different lens, and that is through the political lens. And not even necessarily the political lens inside countries, like their domestic politics, because of course, global warming and the conversation about it is affecting domestic politics inside a country. However, it is also shaping geopolitics on a worldwide scale. And so in particular, she's going to be talking about how these changes are creating new challenges for institutions and public policy, and even for the concept of the nation state. That's something we think of as being like, you know, immutable, unchanging. But this notion of the nation state hasn't been around forever, and how it's going to evolve in the future is an open question. And certainly the politics of climate change are going to impact that. So that's going to be the thrust of her presentation tonight. And if you want to learn more about your world and what's coming for you, this would be a great opportunity to do so. Now, at 5 o'clock, or 5:15 rather, she's going to be having dinner with the Colwell Scholars Group. A number of them, because she had to make a late schedule change, she was initially going to be here on Wednesday, are unable to attend. So if there are a handful of you who would like to join us for the talk at 7, and also for the dinner at 5:15 in the function room, in the back of the dining hall, in a cozy setting, conducive to conversation and exchanges of that sort, I'll take like the first 4 or 5 people who send me an email and say that, yeah, you'd like to participate in that, okay? But regardless, I'd love to see you guys come out to the talk tonight at 7, fireside in the library, okay? And the other announcement I have is a little point of pride here. Over the weekend, the Academy's Model United Nations Club went to a conference at MIT. This is a conference attended by schools from as far away as London and California. And the Academy had a really, really good weekend down there. There were topics discussed that varied from modern slave labor to the extraction of resources from the moon. Yeah, that might really become a thing. And I just want to point out a really awesome delegation, the students who participated in that. So here in alphabetical order are the names of those folks who are all just fantastic. So Micah Dom was there, Carson Farnham, Evelyn Kayao, Liam Markey, Laura Panaran, Vishesh Prasad, Chalin Suchu, and Max Weber. They were all there, and all were outstanding delegates. However, there were 3 more who actually received citations in the award ceremony afterwards as truly outstanding delegates, and those were Eric Chen, who was on the Human Rights Committee, Kanan Gasimov, who was on the Disarmament and Security Committee, and Hannah McDonald, who was on the Security Council. So those 3 in particular conducted themselves extremely well and were super knowledgeable. And I just have to say, one of our delegates was on a committee that had a handful of troublemakers, and can you imagine in Model UN troublemakers? It's not like the stereotype, I know. But that was the case, and they were kind of dragging everybody down and into this. And we had 2 delegates on that committee who both were totally above the fray, did not buy into that, and really helped change that committee for the better in multiple ways. And so I'm really, really thankful to them. There's something about this place that elevates our integrity and elevates our aspirations, and that little magic is something that we should all appreciate. So in the spirit of appreciation then, I want to thank all of those delegates, and also big shout out to their chaperones, Mr. Cushman and Mrs. Farnham. You were really super this weekend. I couldn't have handled it without you, and let's give all those folks a round of applause. Thank you.
There is so much winning happening today. Thank you, Mr. Arain. So the transition was that you're someone who helps us understand what's coming for us. Okay. So now I'm delighted to bring to the stage Mrs. Prevost and Mrs. McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr. Ray, for that segue of magic and elevate. I'm Mrs. Prevost. I'm typically in Little Chapel, so it's nice to be here with you in Big Chapel today, and I'm sure you all know Mrs. McKenzie. And we're here to talk to you about the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards this morning. So each year, St. Johnsbury Academy Fine Art students and writing students participate in the Scholastic Awards. It's a prestigious national competition. Panelists look for works that best exemplify originality, technical skill, and the emergence of a personal vision. The prize rankings are as follows: honorable mention, which is accomplished works; silver key, which is standout works that demonstrate exceptional ability; and then the gold key, which is the very best works. So students receiving gold keys, silver keys, honorable mentions, or, whoops, I touched something. Did I touch something? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Can you pause it? Pause right there, that's what happens when I touch stuff. Don't touch anything. Okay. So students receiving gold keys, silver keys, honorable mentions, or American Vision nominations are celebrated within their communities through local exhibitions and ceremonies. Gold key works move on to be judged at the national level by an impressive panel of creative industry experts. So gold keys are kind of a big deal, Michaela Kane. National medalists are recognized at the national ceremony at Carnegie Hall in New York. Okay. So the award-winning visual art students, Fernanda Bustamante, she had an honorable mention; Uma Kirchova, honorable mention; Michaela Kane, a gold key; Rayoma Keto, a gold key, silver key, and an honorable mention; Julian Lembra, an honorable mention; and Jenna Zorn, a silver key.
And the award-winning writers were Peyton Qualter with an honorable mention and 2 silver keys, and Ruby Tillotson with a silver key award. The work that you're about to, that you see here will be on display at the Brattleboro Museum from February 18th through March 4th. And there will be an awards ceremony on March 4th at noon. The ceremony is free and open to the public. So we really hope that you enjoy this slideshow, which is put together by Mrs. Prevost's assistant, Ms. Gary. And award-winning students, please stay after chapel for a photo with Mr. Leahy. Congratulations, everyone.
I'll let you hit it. Okay, perfect. I'm going down.
Wow. You all are accomplishing things across so many different disciplines and activities. It is incredibly inspiring. So take all that winning into the week with you and have a good one. Faculty.